even on the city website, like regarding panhandling, it says, anti-panhandling laws were ruled unconstitutional in 2018. However, OPD still makes between 600 and 800 arrests based on panhandling every year. If someone's panhandling, you call 911. Like they have no shame about it. They absolutely, the Democrats and their identity is very important to them, and playing into that. And the city beautiful is an important identity for Orlando. So they just want to get everything off the streets, maintain that image really of a progressive, beautiful city, and just sideline the people that need help the most.
Glad to see that you got through it. Welcome to the Jaybefaunt channel. Hammer is a part of Real Orlando Group. Good to see you.
Thank you. Yes. Apologize about the problems. Of course, right before I hop on, computer decides to not work. But yes, my name is Hammer with Real Orlando. So I rushed typing it back in there to get back in here for you. But yeah, thanks for having us on for sure.
Yeah, definitely. So one of the reasons why I wanted to have you on was because of this segment here that I would like to talk about is treating them like criminals. And one of the things I think that is important is that you all were talking about a new city ordinance that's happening here in the city of Orlando that really essentially criminalizes homelessness even further. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so this is another in a kind of a long history of criminalizing the houseless people in Orlando. This ordinance in particular expands the city's definition of disorderly conduct on the streets to mean, before it was basically like aggressive, confrontational behavior, things like that. Now it is simply blocking the sidewalks, either with your body, with an object, with tents, sleeping bags, anything like that. Can be considered disorderly conduct and can get you 60 days in jail or a $500 fine. The city council claims that it is for the bars at night, basically at the let out. Everyone's in the way and people don't feel safe getting around. But throughout the council meeting, they kept saying it should be used this way. The OPD says, oh yeah, it should be applied this way, but we know that this will have an effect on the houseless population in Orlando for sure. They're already constantly being moved around. Every time there's a game, they get pushed out of the way, and as well as likely be used against any protesters or any unpermitted protests, anything like that.
Yeah, so I'm going into your Instagram page, which is a privilege to, be in community with you guys. The intro says Revolutionary Education Action League and the community in support of our People's Free Kitchen program is deeply concerned against the proposed ordinance number 202355 in Orlando. It says this ordinance ostensibly aimed at addressing safety concerns related to obstructing sidewalks raises significant apprehensions among citizens, particularly regarding its potential impact on homeless individuals. We firmly believe that the proposed ordinance has the potential to disproportionately target and harm the homeless population, contributing to increased police violence and incarceration rates. So, as far as this is concerned, I'm not sure if you saw, but here in Orlando, a couple months back, we part of the RVN Orlando chapter, we were also doing some giveaways to the Unhoused here, giving away some care packages, some toiletry care packages that we were doing. And one of the number one things that they were asking for was food and things like that. But one of the things that we stopped by was, I'm pretty sure you're aware of Terry Avenue and the homeless camps that's over there on Terry Avenue. And this essentially can say, well, you guys are on a sidewalk and you guys are blocking the area. So then they could just get rid of these, essentially this homeless, camp That's on Terry
Mhm.
Avenue. And so where do they have to go? They have nowhere to go.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, this is something we see regularly already with the existing no camping on public property ordinances that exist. Right, we've already seen aggression about this. This kind of just further gives more leeway to the police to just kind of arrest people that are in the way, and to further clear them out. I'm definitely familiar with Terry Street around the coalition. Rio, one of
Yeah.
our programs is the People's Street Kitchen. So every Sunday, we're in Parramore serving around 100 meals to the people. And yeah, being in community with them, talking to them, we hear about how OPD comes through, destroys their property, tells them to move on. And, exactly like you said, where else do they go? Just a block over for a couple hours maybe or something. But yeah, it's definitely just giving more leeway for violence from the Orlando Police Department. And we organized around attending the city council meeting and expressing our opposition to this and the community's opposition. We had some of our unhoused community members willing to come out and get in on the city council meeting with us and share their experience. And even among the council members, there was disagreement or confusion about what the implication or the purpose of this ordinance is. Right? Some were saying, talking about houseless. Some were talking about being scared of individuals on the streets. That was what a lot of them couched their vote in, is like a fear of transience, essentially. But yeah, it's clear that even in the meeting, they acknowledged like the wording is too vague. But Mayor Buddy Dyer decided that he wanted to go ahead with it for check back on it in 6 months and see how the ordinance was being applied. And yeah, that was how they went through. And it passed 6-1, I believe, through the city council. Only one council member voted against it after hearing some of the stories and the people's concerns.
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of these city council members are in the pocket of landlords and developers and people like that. And when it comes to like, a lot of times people will try to be more, the Democratic Party is more favorable towards people who are disenfranchised, whereas Republicans are like this. And it's like, wait, Buddy Dyer is a Democrat, right?
Yeah.
We literally live in what I like to call a double Democratic, a double blue stronghold. Like Orange County, which Orlando is in, Orange County Mayor is a Democrat, Jerry Demings, who is also the husband of Val Demings, and he's also a cop. Yep. And then you also have Mayor Buddy Dyer, who's also a Democrat. So right in Central Florida, you have two Democrats, right, that are literally running Central Florida. And so when people go, oh, but they're Democrats. Democrats don't care. I shouldn't say all. I should say most who are in higher positions. They do not care about the disenfranchised. They will use the disenfranchised in order to kind of use it as a cudgel for you to vote for Democrats. But in reality, both parties feel the same way about homeless people. And the crazy part about this is, here's my thing. Buddy Dyer, if you ever watch my channel, ever, which I highly doubt you ever will, if you really want to end homelessness, you could do like what they're doing in Finland. Give people homes. Just do that. I know it sounds crazy, but it works. Finland's doing it. Anywho, let me get to this here, because you guys actually share some meetings that will be happening in soon. This is a little bit small. Actually, let me go to the other one because it's a little bit bigger. You guys are going to be doing some meetings. You guys have done some already.
Yep.
So prep meetings. So January 11th, the next one is at 6 p.m. at Credo North
Yep.
Quarter. That's on North Orange Avenue.
Yep. So Thursday and Saturdays is when we're trying to get these done. I believe there's going to be another one the Saturday after that. Now that they kind of bumped it up and it's been passed already, so we're going to be writing some letters in opposition, trying to call on more representatives locally to speak out against it, try and appeal it. Ideally, we had a few local lawyers kind of join in on us with the fight against that, so that was good to see. But so yeah, at this point we are fighting it, trying to get it appealed and removed. Let them know that it's not acceptable because, like you said, Buddy Dyer is supposedly a Democrat. The city's supposedly progressive. They like to talk about the millions they got federally to aid the homeless, and I've heard about millions going to the Christian Service Center to expand their services. But yeah, never attacking the root cause of the issue, which is just people need homes, essentially. I find this fascinating. Buddy Dyer, at the beginning of his tenure, right, at his inauguration, he said, I want you to judge my office and my success in my term by Parramore, by the success of the Parramore community and what we can turn that into. And it's been 20 years. Parramore is not looking great. And our houseless population there has only gone up significantly. A lot of people are houseless for the first time. It's pretty bad. And then hearing the way that they would talk about the people living in Parramore, the unhoused neighbors, it was disparaging. It was disrespectful. But we see how it is. This isn't anything new for Orlando. Like I was saying at the top, like Orlando has a long history of like anti-homeless laws and ordinances, ones that have been overturned by federal courts multiple times throughout Florida. These types of laws have been overturned, but these cities, Miami, Orlando, Altamont Springs, in the end of December as well, just put up another ordinance to try and ban people from sleeping outside. They keep pushing it, trying to just erase these people, essentially further criminalizing them, further making it harder for them to access housing. Even on the city website, like regarding panhandling, it says, anti-panhandling laws were ruled unconstitutional in 2018. However, OPD still makes between 600 and 800 arrests based on panhandling every year. If someone's panhandling, you call 911. Like they have no shame about it. They absolutely, the Democrats and their identity is very important to them, and playing into that. And the city beautiful is an important identity for Orlando. So they just want to get everything off the streets, maintain that image really of a progressive, beautiful city, and just sideline the people that need help the most.
Yeah, because in order to maintain that beauty, you have to get rid of the eyesores, and the eyesores are people who are sleeping on the streets, who are unsettling, and it's just like, wait a minute. If I really if I have 5 kids, and I have 2 kids that are all cleaned up and looking nice, but then I have 3 kids that are all muddied up and dirty. And if I really want people to see my whole entire family in the best light, why not just clean them up and put new clothes on them? Why are you going to take those kids and kick them out of the picture and say, oh, these are just my 2 kids? And when the 3 are still dirty and muddied up. And the thing is that you're just going to leave them out like that instead of actually doing the work of cleaning it up. It's not going to be glamorous, no. But at the same time, at least you're doing something that helps show the entire family, right? But it doesn't make any sense to me. It's wild, man.
Yeah, they all of the investment in the Parramore community, which I'd like to give some background. Parramore is a historically Black community in Orlando.
Yeah, I used to live there.
Yeah, Parramore's a great community, but it is consistently sidelined by Orlando. The only investments there are the stadiums, these multi-million-dollar stadiums, a $50 million police headquarters, all of these things, right? But no investment in the people that are struggling there. Even the commissioner for District 5, just the Parramore district, which mainly where this ordinance will be enacted ultimately, has, spoken horribly about the people of Parramore, saying, I hate for people to visit the beautiful city of Orlando and come to see our amazing arenas and have to see the destitution around it and all of the people living in squalor. Help them. Just help them. These people need help. They do not need to be criminalized, pushed out, sidelined. They are people. They need help. These people have experienced one health emergency, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? They're out of it. Miss a couple paychecks. Gone.
Oh my God. Because look, y'all spent millions of dollars in 22 months reconstructing the road behind me on Holden Avenue and extending it just to get access to the Millennium Mall, when you guys could have took that money and put it towards scholarships for kids who are going to Jones and Oak Ridge High School. You guys could have actually took some of that money and reinvested it into the areas that are surrounding Parramore. In fact, you guys could have used that money to literally put homeless people in housing so that they can get themselves off their feet, because studies show once you give homeless people housing without having to jump through hoops for anything, then guess what? Their ability to be able to upwardly mobilize themselves actually increases. You could have used that money for that instead, but instead you guys decided to do that. But at the same, and then people will be like, well, that's Orlando, and then this is Orange County. Orlando gets millions of dollars in taxes per year. You guys could do that in Orlando. Look, Jerry Dimmons, you can do that here for an Orange County. You guys could do so much, but because you guys are beholden to the people who own the land, who own the properties, you guys don't give a shit who people who are suffering on it. And it's mind-boggling. I'm sorry, I'm getting riled up.
Yeah, but, I understand.
Look, you guys are doing the Lord's work, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, goodness. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having us on to talk about it. It's definitely a big deal. We want to get more people involved in it. We have a lot of amazing volunteers that come out with us to do our distro programs and get in community with the people as well. So more and more people are seeing the way that the city is trying to portray our neighbors and how they sideline, criminalize them. We're not, we're doing everything we can to help out.
Yo, and here's you guys' link tree. I almost said it with my New Jersey accent, you guys. But here is Real Orlando, and here's their link tree. And look, I'm going to be honest with you. As somebody who is a part of the Orlando chapter of RBN, I would love to join you guys on any of your actions. Please keep up with me so that we can, and I'll invite other members if they would like to come out to, whenever we do the feeding of our unhoused neighbors, whenever we comes to helping out our unhoused neighbors, especially because, look, you probably have figured it out. I am on the far left. I am a communist. And so as such, I feel that everybody should have a decent standard of living just by virtue of being a human being. And so if I could use whatever energy or time I have in order to be able to contribute to that, please make sure to utilize me, and I will try to bring friends along with me as possible too. And
absolutely,
yeah. And so anybody who's watching, if you guys can do this in your city, please make sure to follow their example too. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, we appreciate that, and just a few things about Real, like there's a lot of different ways you can plug in with us. We do our food distributions every Sunday. We accept volunteers to come in to the kitchen, help us prep the meals, package the meals. We have a side dish program. People can sign up if you don't have the availability to come and help cook. You can prepare a side dish and drop it off to help augment the amount of food that we're able to share out there. And it's not PB&Js we're handing out. We're cooking real good filling meals for the people, very nutritious meals, as well as distro. On Saturdays, we have a farm out in Pine Hills. We're there every Saturday, 9 to 11.
For real?
This farm, the People's Freedom Farm, exactly, is meant to feed into the free kitchen so that this produce can further help feed the community, can get out to the people of Pine Hills as well.
I used to live out there. I used to live off of Silver Star.
Yep. We're over off of Powers Road, where you can.
Oh yeah, I used to go to Robbinswood Middle back in the day.
Word. Nice. Yeah. I'd love to have y'all. It's a beautiful, beautiful space on a lake and everything. But yeah, we do edu forums. We produce zines. We're definitely active in Parramore. We've got some events coming up there. We've in the past done some larger services, haircuts, bike repair, clothing distribution in Parramore, and we're getting ready to bring that back. So many different ways to plug in with us and help expand what we're able to do and really lock in on this community. We are, a Marxist-Leninist organization. REAL stands for the Revolutionary Education and Action League. So there is all this action that we're doing, all of these programs we're running, but education is a crucial part of everything we do. We begin with, political education at most meetings that we end up having to tie into context of what we're doing and what we're trying to get done.
Oh man, you got me going now, bruh. Because this is like I read these books on my channel, Assata Shakur's autobiography, nice. And then Blood in My Eye by George Jackson. So you are home here. You or anybody part of Real Orlando is invited to my channel any single time when you guys want to come on to talk about things, and I want you guys to stay in touch with me. I would like to have you guys on a regular basis, because a lot of times, like, we can talk about what's going on nationally. We can talk about even what's going on statewide, but I think it's also important to talk about what's going on a local level, because you know how they say all politics is local, right? I think that's really important. And so, dude, you have no idea how excited I am to actually have you guys on here right now. Like, I was excited earlier, but I was just like, man, I can't wait. And now you guys are talking about this and doing this on the ground. And then there's some other groups that I'm trying to get into with Florida Palestine Network. I was at one of their protests back in late October. I'm trying to go to their other protests, but because I have kidney dialysis, some days they're doing it on my dialysis days. I can't make it. But we're tied in closely with FPN for sure. We organize a lot with them and help assist on the movements they've got going on. So you absolutely find us there as well. And there's so many different ways to contribute, you know what I'm saying? So absolutely, I hope to see you around for sure. Yeah, definitely. And I'm loving you guys' page. I see something from Kwame Ture there. Kwame Ture is, of course, my birthday twin. So got to shout out the birthday twin. So I appreciate it. But so keep in touch. And if you guys have not already, I also put in the Cash App link to Real Orlando. So if you guys would like to, kick a couple dollars over their way so that they can continuously help the unhoused people in their area, please make sure to do that. Look, Hamer, it was a privilege and an honor to have you. Thank you so very much for coming on. Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks for inviting us. Look forward to talking more. Most definitely. Yeah. And also just let you know, I put my number in the private chat so you guys can get in touch with me so that, let me know when you guys have another action. And if I can go, then I'll try to make sure I make it as well. Most definitely will. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Any parting thoughts that you have for the audience before you go? No, you know what I'm saying? Absolutely. I would say stay engaged, join an organization, connect with your community, and continue fighting for the working class people. Together we can get it done. All right. Thank you so very much. I'll text you guys back on Instagram and we'll talk to you later. Heard. Peace. All right. Bye-bye. Thank you so very much for watching my channel, and I deeply appreciate it from the top and bottom of my heart. If you wish to support the channel further so I can keep bringing you content that is educational and informative, you can become a patron on patreon.com Jaybefaunt. You can find that link in the pinned comment or in the description below. No matter what you give, you'll be supporting independent media and education that helps make the world better. Thank you so much, and you can watch more of my content here. Mwah. Forehead kisses, and have a beautiful day.